Raptors fans, you are very lucky if you're a fan of the channel this year. I've already done an earlier 10-year Raptors rebuild before they traded away OG Anunoby. Then I did a post OG Anunoby, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley Raptors rebuild. Now today, since they finally blew it up, we're going to be doing another 10-year Raptors rebuild. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I don't think I've ever done two 10-year rebuilds with the same team in possibly a 2K cycle. But I'm very excited to do this today now that the Raptors finally are going in the direction they should have went in the offseason. They traded away expiring contracts OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam. They have a bunch of draft picks going forward. Just to note that their 2024 first this year is top 6 protected. But yeah, we have multiple Pacers first round picks. We have this swap worst that will probably be in the 20s. And at least we got BBQ to build around, which is Scotty Barnes, Emmanuel Quickley, and RJ Barrett. And RJ Barrett has been playing very well since getting traded over to the Raptors. They also picked up Bruce Brown in the Siakam deal, and I'm definitely going to be trading him at the deadline. I think another trade deadline candidate could be Dennis Schroeder, who's having a solid point guard season for the Raptors as well. I would love to move Jakob Poeltl, but I don't think anybody wants to pay him at least the remaining parts of the contract. 3 years, $58 million, basically 4 years, $80 million remaining, 3 years, 60 after this year, because he will definitely opt into that player option. Gary Trent Jr., I don't think I'm going to be able to move him for $18 million unless I can do like a Fournier swap and get like a second in that deal. I want to play Jordan Nwora for the rest of the year. Thad Young will be to the rotation when Poeltl comes back. Injuries won't be on. And then for now, like Boucher is going to be one of the last men in the rotation. It would be funny to keep him around because he's the last guy on this Raptors team currently from the 2019 championship team. So maybe I'm just going to be signing him to minimums after minimums until he retires, until the end of this video. They also picked up Kira Lewis in that Pascal Siakam deal. I liked him a lot coming out of Alabama in the 2020 draft. He's probably not going to have much of a future on this team. Grady Dick, though, we are going to try to keep developing. He's been playing a little bit better as of late. He got off to a rough start this year. So Darko Rajakovic, he had that great post-game press conference after the Raptors played the Lakers.
What happened tonight, this is completely BS. This is shame.
Like I said, I do plan on making a couple more moves. So yeah, I think I'm definitely going to be moving Bruce Brown. I'm going to try to move Dennis Schroeder. And if I can move Gary Trent Jr., that would just be an added bonus to the deadline. Because we're also trying to lose games as well. Because if our pick is 7 or later, we don't get to keep it. It goes to San Antonio from the Poeltl trade. All right, of course, going into the deadline, we are on a 4-game winning streak, beating Houston, OKC somehow. Man, I don't really get that. It would be cool to get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at some point in this video because he is Canadian. We beat the Pelicans by 7. RJ had 33, Barnes had 28, and then we ended up beating the Hornets. So we are now 21-30 on the year. We were 17-30. Like I said, I do not want to have a pick outside the top 6 because I want to keep my pick. This could be a nice draft class for us to take a chance on some players because it's a draft class that could go all over the place. And right now, we'd be at like pick 8. So we need to lose games. Time to trade Bruce Brown. All right, so we're going to see if the Pistons want to make a move to improve their team. They had him at one point. Bruce Brown for Joe Harris and a lottery-protected first-round pick in 2026. They counter-offer that. It's funny because they literally just had them to accept that, and I added in the protection to make it a little bit more realistic. They want that swap. All right, you know what, Detroit? You want to play these games and just make it top 3 protected? That is fine with me. And we're going to send Dennis Schroeder to the Dallas Mavericks for Richaun Holmes and a 2026 top 3 protected first. So we're getting another first-round pick in the 2026 draft. We have our pick, Detroit's pick. We have Indiana's pick from the Siakam trade. And now, like, Dallas's pick. We will have to pay Holmes $12.8 million next year, but that's fine with me. I'm also going to do this swap with the Pistons. Just act like this is in the Bruce Brown trade. So they're getting their second-round pick back, which will probably be pick 31, which now I think makes that trade look a little bit better for both parties. Well, I guess more for the Detroit party. So yeah, it's pretty much going to be BBQ getting a ton of minutes. Boucher and Poeltl on the front court. We'll have Jordan Nwora, Grady Dick, Kira Lewis, and Gary Trent Jr. off the bench. Gary Trent Jr. is pretty much as good as gone. So I'll see you guys at the end of the year, and hopefully we lose a couple more games. Nikola Jokic is your MVP. Wembanyama is your Rookie of the Year. 6-man goes to Russ. Wemby also wins DPOY. Shout out to Kobe White, most improved. You'll love to see that. Hey, we got Scotty Barnes on All-NBA third team. That's what I'm talking about, man. In just year 3, he averaged 20 points, 9 rebounds, 5.2 assists. Maybe the reason why I may not get my first round pick in this draft. He's also on all defensive first team as well. He could be like a 99 at the end of this video. He's going to be a superstar for us. All right, good thing we didn't make the play-in tournament. Where did we finish? So we finished with a 34-48 record. I don't know how the tiebreaker is going to look with the Brooklyn Nets when it comes to the lottery. We also both shared the same conference record. Oh my God, we went 1-15 in the division. That is crazy. So there's basically a three-way tie for the 6th overall pick in the lottery. It's not looking good. So we basically need to finish with that 6th overall pick or we're not going to get it. Guys that are going to be back next year, Barrett, Barnes, quickly. I think I have to bring back Pirtle. Gary Trent Jr. is gone. I would like to bring back Jordan Nwora unless we draft a ton of guys. Boucher is going to be back. Grady Dick's going to be back. Holmes will have to be because of the contract, but everybody else is probably gone. You're going to have the Nuggets and the Cavs in the NBA Finals, and the Cavs win in 5 with Donovan Mitchell being your Finals MVP. So there goes Thad Young. He retires as a Raptor. And here we go. Draft lottery time. We are projected at number 8. Oh, that's brutal. But now if I remember correctly, I feel like the Memphis Grizzlies in the 2019 lottery were in a similar position where they ended up having a top 5 protected pick, but if it was outside of the top 5, it was going to Boston, and they ended up shooting up to number 2 to take John Morant. So I need that from a 2K's lottery gods this year. All right, so we didn't drop to pick 10. Well, that would have been the Spurs pick. Oh my God, don't go to 9. Don't go to 9. Oh, it's 9, which means the San Antonio Spurs are getting our first round pick from the Jakob Poeltl deal. So much pain. So we do own the Pacers pick at 26 and the Clippers pick at 28. This is like the best case scenario for the Spurs as well. They end up with 4-9 for their rebuild. So we're obviously going to keep Darko Rajakovic. We got Pat Delaney there as an assistant. We got Drew Jones, not the one in the Arizona Diamondbacks farm system. Did not think I would be saying his name in this video. All right, so it is time for the NBA draft where we have 2 late first rounders. The Hornets with the number 1 pick select Jacoby Walter out of Baylor. Pick number 2 is Ron Holland out of the G League Ignite. Unless there's a player I really like that falls to 10, I don't know if I'm going to trade up. Maybe if somebody falls to 15 is, whoa, Şengün was just traded for the 3rd overall pick. What a pickup for Washington. What is Houston doing? I mean, they get Alexander Sarr, who's going to be a good defensive big, but why trade away the sure thing you have in Şengün? Doesn't make any sense. Nikola Topic next to Wemby in the pick and roll. Oh my God, that's going to be so much fun to watch. Detroit may have drafted somebody that could be a bust. Thunder take Zachary Rivas-Share, and they're already a good team. Aaron Bradshaw goes to the Grizzlies. They get some more big man help. Houston has another first-round pick. One of these is probably from the Nets. And they are trading the pick and Jock Landale for a future first and Brandon Clark. What is Houston doing on draft night? And Memphis ends up with Donovan Clingan. Isaiah Collier goes to the Spurs. So they get Collier and Topic. That is insane. Stephon Castle goes to the Thunder. Tyrese Proctor to the Blazers. The Pelicans are trading their pick for Duncan Robinson and Cody Martin. That's a nice pickup for, I guess, Charlotte, who had Duncan Robinson. I was going to say Miami. Cody Williams was somebody I kind of wanted, but he ends up going there to Chicago. He's somebody that could go in the top 5. All right, so we're on the board at 26. Notable names: Tijon Salon went, Khalil Ware, Bruzelis fell to 17 in this draft, Trey Alexander out of Creighton. And with my first pick, we are going to take Zvonimir Ivisic from Kentucky, who was just cleared on Sunday to play for the Wildcats and had a monster debut for them. He's somebody that's 7'2", that can knock down threes, that can block shots. Let's hope Zvonimir, Big Z, is good for us. It's funny because with this draft class as well, that game alone for Zvonimir already could put him in the lottery contention just because of his size and what he could be on the defensive side of the floor, especially if he could block shots as well. We're also going to take another big man, Ade Mara out of UCLA. Was somebody that could have possibly gone in the lottery in the pre-draft, or at least I should say in the preseason, but hasn't had the greatest year for the Bruins. He could still be a project player. I wonder if he'll stay another year in college. So yeah, we're going to sign both big men. I don't know if these guys, they both could spend time in the G League next year for sure. Rashawn Holmes opts in, no surprise there. So we're going to have plenty of big man depth with Poeltl coming back. Holmes, we'll have Boucher. We're going to pay Emmanuel Quickly a lot of money this offseason. We also do have a decent amount of cap space as well. And I am trying to win multiple championships in this video. I don't want to win my first one in year 8. So you know what? We're going to offer Bruce Brown a contract to come back for us. I'm going to give him a 3-year deal. Last year will be a team option. I'm also going to sign Pascal Siakam. I'm just kidding. I would love to take a flyer on Patrick Williams, but why is he making $28 million? So you saw him a little bit in the Pacers rebuild, but I'm going to sign Jalen Smith to a 2-year deal worth $20 million. I'm also fine adding a small forward eventually as well, because I could definitely move Scotty Barnes to the full-time 4. We're going to match the 3 years, $38 million for a Quickly that he got from the Wizards. I would have gave him a little bit more money, but that is a steal of a contract in my opinion. So like next year we have 4 centers on the roster. We have a bunch of power forwards, Barnes at the 3, good amount of shooting guards, and we have a point guard. So maybe I'll sign one more veteran point guard, and we'll have a reunion Kyle Lowry into Toronto for 1 year. Hopefully he retires as a Raptor. And LeBron signed with the Pistons, because of course he did, and Paul George replaces him in LA. So Barnes is up to an 88, Barrett's up to an 83, Jalen Smith progresses, Lowry regresses, but he's not even going to be in the rotation for us. All right, so I'm going to send Ade Mara to the G League. I'm going to play quickly Barrett and Barnes all 36 minutes a night. We're going to go 25 to Smith, 27 to Pirtle. We'll have Bruce Brown, Grady Dick, Boucher, Holmes, and Zavonimir off the bench. Yeah, and then we'll have Mara in the G League. Like I said, Lowry's just basically a veteran presence, can mentor Emmanuel quickly as well. First game of the season at home against the Pacers. I don't think we're going to be great this year, but I think in year 3 we could start to do really well. What a start. Did the Pacers bring back Siakam? Okay, good. Quickly at 46. Wow, BBQ had 110 points to start off the year. That's what I'm talking about. Man, Quickly's off to an amazing start. He had a good game here against the Rockets, but we did lose by 3, sadly. All right, so at the deadline, we are 34 and 16. So the Raptors are doing an incredible job this year. We are the 3 seed. We didn't have our top 10 pick last year in the draft. Isaiah Collier, who was with our first round pick, is doing pretty well. They have Nikola Topic coming off the bench. Player stats, RJ Barrett is averaging 26 points. The Maple Mamba is just killing it. Emmanuel Quickly, 22 points, 3 rebounds, 5.5 assists. Scotty Barnes is being super efficient this year. I think eventually he will be the number 1 scorer though. But shout out to the season Emmanuel Quickly is having. Jalen Smith is giving us good power forward minutes. Grady Dick has improved and he's still just 21 years old. Bruce Brown's a good role player for sure. Zavonimir could be a little bit better, but he's not really taking a ton of shots. But you know what? I think for the rest of the year, I mean, like, Holmes is a fine backup big. I think he's going to get like 6 minutes a night. I want to play Zavonimir just a little bit more, just to see what he can do. That is going to be it for me. I'm not going to make any moves at the deadline. We're going to bring back Boucher on the minimum. He's the only Raptor, like I said, from the 2019 team. I would bring back Holmes, but we just brought back Boucher. We have Ade Mara in the G League. We have Zavonimir, so I don't really think I need him. Jokic goes back-to-back and now wins his 4th MVP award. Alexander Sarr, who the Rockets traded Şengün for, is your Rookie of the Year. Kevin Porter Jr. is back in the league for some reason and is your 6th man of the year. Victor Wembanyama is DPOY. Most improved goes to Christian Brown. Anthony Edwards, clutch player there. Coach of the year goes to Mark Daigneault. So we're not going to get any Raptors on the first 2 teams. Third team, we do get Scotty Barnes for the 2nd straight year. He finished with almost 22 points, 8 rebounds, 5.5 assists, over a steal and block a night. So I do think he's going to be on an all defensive team. Not first team. Oh, not 2nd team. Okay, I was wrong. We did get Zavonimir, an all-rookie 2nd team. Let's go. I think he could be slided in as our backup center next year. And oh my god, we were the 2 seed. We were the 2 seed with Jakob Poeltl as my starting center. Just wait until I try to make a big move in the offseason. 58 wins. Holy crap, we were 31 and 9 at home. RJ Barrett. What? RJ Barrett with 27 points, 5.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists. He shot 41% from 3. Scotty Barnes was incredible. Emmanuel Quickly averaged 21 points, 3 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. He had great shooting splits. Oh my goodness, this team might actually win a playoff series in year number 1. Boom, we ended up beating the Heat by 9. Zavonimir with 14 points in 16 minutes. Big Z, man, Big Z. Now, I know Zajudas Ogelski is Big Z, but Zavonimir is the new Big Z. Ended up losing by 23 here in game 2. I mean, this Heat team is definitely better on paper, but we are the 2 seed after all. Quickly, 33. He's averaging 30 points. RJ Barrett is struggling to start off the playoffs. Barnes has been fine, but would like for him to shoot the ball a little bit more. Game 4, we ended up losing by 17, so we have ourselves a series. Ugh, this was pretty gross. Game number 5 is going to go to Miami. They end up winning by 8. All right, that's fine. Can we force a game 7, please? We do end up forcing a game 7, winning by 12. Don't get a first round exit as a 2 seed, please. Oh my god, we lose to a 7 seed. You hate to see it. We lost by 32 points. I did think, deep down, we were probably a fraudulent 2 seed, but if you're going to make me a 2 seed, 2K, why make me lose in round 1? That just, that really hurts to see. Quickly was great. Grady Dick definitely struggled. Bruce Brown was solid for us as a role player, but yeah, here's on to next year. I mean, if you told me I was the 7 seed and took like a 2 seed to 7 games, I would have loved that. It just hurts that we were the 2 seed on that side. So you got the finals between the Thunder and the Cavs. Pacers with Siakam lost in round 2 as the 4 seed, and the Cavs go back-to-back, and Mitchell goes back-to-back in finals MVPs. So LeBron James does retire as a Piston. Kyle Lowry does retire as a Raptor. LeBron and Chris Paul are heading to the Hall of Fame. Obviously, in the later years, we will implement some expansion teams. So we do not have any random lottery picks in this draft. We do own our first round pick at 28. I do believe that is the only first rounder we own in this draft because we do own a couple next year. I believe it's 4 first round picks in the 26th draft. Yeah, so we have the Pistons top 3 protected first. We have our pick, Pacers unprotected, and Mavericks top 3 protected. We're going to keep Darko around. I do think he can be the coach throughout the whole video. So I'm going to take Jared McCain. So I'm going to select Jared McCain out of Duke here with our first round pick. He's a shooting guard, could have some high upside, but might not be in the rotation next year. And Cooper Flagg ended up in Utah with the Utah Jazz. So let's sign McCain to his rookie deal. Team player options, we're going to bring back Grady Dick, obviously. Scotty Barnes is going to get paid a lot of money this offseason. And yeah, we're about to give him $40 million a year. We're going to renounce the rights on McDaniels, Holmes, and Marcus Noel. Barnes gets a deal from the Trailblazers, 3 years, $140 million. We are matching that. So we're going to look for another veteran point guard to be on the team, and that's going to be TJ McConnell to back up Emmanuel quickly. Jason Tatum ends up in Portland. Okay, well, at least he is out of the Eastern Conference. I'll take that. Alperen Şengün joins the Pistons in the Eastern Conference. Okay. So Scotty Barnes is up to a 91 overall. RJ Barrett's an 84. I know I really didn't do too much this offseason, though. I still want to kind of see what the foundation of this team is going forward. So we signed Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He's Canadian. We also have Shake Milton as well. I think Jared McCain is going to be in the G League. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to play TJ McConnell. And I may not even play Chris Boucher. I want to see what I can get out of a Day Mara, who's going to get like 15 minutes a night. The bench is going to be Brown, Dick, Zavonimir, Big Z, and a Day Mara. So I'm going to probably go 36 minutes to the BBQ trio. And yeah, we're going to see if this team can once again be atop of the Eastern Conference. If not, though, we could be a trade deadline active team. But if not, we have 4 first round picks. So I just basically need either the Pacers, the Mavericks, or the Pistons to be pretty bad. And we could have a great trade asset in the offseason. All right, so we're here at the trade deadline. Under 500. So maybe I should have realized that last year was possibly a fluke because we are the 8th seed here in the Eastern Conference. The Pistons, we have their first round pick, are the 4 seed. The Dallas Mavericks are the 1 seed in the Western Conference. Great. And we also have the Pacers first round pick, who are the 9 seed. So it doesn't look like any of those picks are really going to be like blue chip trade assets. Scotty Barnes has been the number 1 scorer, followed by RJ Barrett. Emmanuel quickly has definitely taken a step back this year, just a little bit with that efficiency, which is kind of a shame to see. Grady Dick is shooting 38% from 3 and 88% from the line. I could be an active team here at the deadline. And we are going to be trading Jakob Poeltl to the LA Lakers in exchange for Dorian Finney-Smith, who I could look to flip, but I don't know if I'm going to do so. But we basically get off of Poeltl's $19 million next season. And I could play Big Z a ton and a Day Mara more. And I want to see what Jared McCain can do as well. I couldn't really find a trade that I liked for Finney-Smith, so we're going to keep the team how it is. If I don't make the playoffs, it's not the end of the world, but this is going to be a big offseason for us. All right, so Luka Doncic wins his first career MVP this season. Cooper Flagg, the number 1 overall pick, is your rookie of the year. Matas Buzelis is your 6th man of the year behind Kevin Durant in Phoenix. Wemby Depoy, most improved, goes to Ron Holland. Steph Curry, clutch player of the year. And JB Bickerstaff, coach of the year. Shout out to Scotty Barnes, who is a 93 overall, who averaged 25 points, 8.8 rebounds, and 5.2 assists on All-NBA first team. Definitely the best year of his career. We didn't get anybody else on an All-NBA team, which isn't really too shocking at all. I'd like to add and upgrade at the 5 spot, like a true defensive-minded big man. We do get a Day Mara on our rookie 2nd team. He's on his Chet Holmgren, Ben Simmons type rookie year. We did finish the year as the 7th seed, though, so we are going to be taking on the Pistons. I would like to beat them. Let's get them out of the playoffs as well. I would like us and the Knicks to make it, because then we get 2 lottery picks from Detroit and Indiana. Dallas's pick, though, isn't going to be great. It's going to be in the late 20s. So, yeah, we had RJ Barrett average 23.5 points. Quickly was a little bit better since the last time I saw you guys, but definitely a little bit of a down year from last year. Grady Dick, though, is improving each and every season, which you just love to see. Big Z, Zavonimir, 8 points, 6 rebounds, shot 27% from 3. I was hoping it would be closer to like that 34%. All right, let's see what we got here. Taking on the Pistons at home. Damn, not off to a good start. We play a little bit better at the end of the first. Here's the second quarter. We are down by 17. Scotty Barnes is shooting 4 for 9. Who is struggling? Quickly 1 for 5. RJ 1 for 5. The lights, excuse me, are too bright for the former Knicks right now. Can we make a comeback here in the 4th quarter? I guess our pick's going to be in the lottery. I got too cocky. We're down by 4. A minute left. Can we pull off the comeback? No, we do not. And the Pistons make the playoffs. Please, New York, beat Indiana. Come on. So I guess whatever the outcome is here, we are going to get a lottery pick either from us or from Indiana, because we own both these picks in this game here. So it's not looking great for us. Are we really going to get eliminated? I'm not going to fire Darko, but I'm very disappointed in the ending of the season. Maybe they just kind of confused us last year. I mean, maybe I thought I was going to be one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. That was not the case. Shout out to Jared McCain in this game. But yeah, we are definitely going to see some notable changes in the year 3 off season. So I hope Detroit, okay, of course, Detroit gets out of round 1. I think Dallas had somewhat of an early exit as well. Yep, they lost in round 1. Can the Cavs win it once again? No, they lose in 7. The Thunder win the 2026 finals. So that was the end of year number 3. The Cavs had a chance at 3-peat to start off this video. That would have been insane. So there goes KD. He retires. Brook Lopez as well. Tibbs retires on the Knicks. Russ and KD go into the Hall of Fame together. That would be funny. All right, so we have the projected 14th overall pick in the draft, and that is pretty much what it's going to be at. So we have 14, 15, 19, and 28. I was hoping for at least one pick in the top 10 when I realized I had 4 first rounders. So this is a big year for Darko Rajakovic. It's the final year of his contract. If we miss the playoffs or have a round 1 exit, it may be like a short extension from him. We could look to bring back Adrian Griffin. I would actually like that idea, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. And we also have 2 second rounders as well. All right, so I'm going to trade 2 of my first rounders and a second rounder for 2 future first round picks from the Nuggets, 1 from the Thunder, 1 from Denver themselves. I just wasn't going to draft that many rookies. So now we have 14, 15, and 19. So I'm going to take Ellis Harrington from UCLA here with the 14th overall pick. Give some competition to Emmanuel Quickly. And then at pick 15, we get the power forward Bryson Tiller from Alabama. He was just done being a rapper, so he went back to school. And then in the second round, we ended up with a guy by the name of John Bull. Could be the son of Bol Bol. Probably not. No, way too young. Or I guess he's way too old to be that. So Bruce Brown, I think I'm going to decline that team option, free up the $14 million. I'm going to pick up the team options on Dick, Mara, and Zavonimir. So let's go here to free agency, where Luka Doncic is a free agent. I said I wasn't playing around in this video. We could try to sign him. Steph has 0 offers. Fox would be a fun addition to this team, but we'd have to free up around $10 million. Trae Young is a free agent. So I'm basically trading RJ Barrett or Emmanuel Quickly at a shot of Luka Doncic. I got to figure this one out. All right, so it's been a couple days since I last spent time in this chair recording this video. We had a Terry Rozier deal that went down in between this. And I'm like still debating what I want to do this offseason. I feel like it's risky to move Emmanuel Quickly if I don't even end up getting Luka Doncic. So I think we're going to wait till moratorium is over. I wouldn't mind bringing back like a Dorian Finney-Smith. And obviously we're going to bring back Chris Boucher until he retires. So like we'll keep it open with Bruce Brown and Jalen Smith. I'm not going to really touch anything else yet. Like if a Chad Holmgren made it past moratorium, I'd be all in on that. So Steph is still here. Trae Young is gettable. Same with Jamal Murray. I just don't think they move the needle. I mean, Shaedon Sharp would be a good pickup, and then I'd move RJ to the 3, Scotty Barnes at the 4. But I think if we're going to spend, I'd like to get a 5. I mean, Jalen Williams could be a fun pickup for sure. I mean, he's kind of getting lowballed out there, so it's not impossible. I don't really want DeAndre Ayton. I mean, if I can get J-Dub on this steal of a contract, I think I'm going to do it. So let's see if he accepts the offer. Boom. 4 years, $80 million, $20 million a year for J-Dub. I feel like I can't say no to that. So we're going to sign him on that. I think I do have to renounce the rights on Jalen Smith to get that deal done. It looks like Bruce Brown signed elsewhere. And then I'm going to give the rest of my money probably to Daniel Gafford on a 1+1 with a team option. Hopefully he takes that offer, and he does. Okay, so he, I think, is going to be our starting power or a center, and I could also re-sign Jalen Smith as well. Let's give him a 3-year deal, $9 million a year, because if anything, that could just become a tradable contract as well. If like Bryson Tiller could be our guy going forward, I'm also going to attach a team option on the end of that as well. So he should come back on that offer. Boom. And Trey Jones's career hasn't really worked out too much, but I'm going to offer him a 3-year deal, team option on the last year, give him a bunch of money guaranteed. He may not even crack the rotation, but I think it's just a good piece to have, and like I said, could be in a trade later on. We do have Ellis Harrington, who I think I'll play over him, but I'll probably start him off in the G League. And I'm going to move RJ Barrett to a small forward, and then I'm going to move Barnes to the power forward spot, but they will play their secondary positions at what they previously were. No major switch-ups in free agency besides Jabari Smith going to the Warriors, and yeah, we got J-Dub as well, which I'm very excited for, who goes up 3 overalls if you move him to a small forward. So I guess RJ will be the starting shooting guard, J-Dub at the 3, and then Barnes at the 4. So taking a look at player progression, Barnes does go down overall, probably because of the positional change, and Williams goes up a ton because of the positional change. So we will have 2 notable free agents next offseason with RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly. that could be the time that we have some cap space to go out and sign a guy, because that's basically $43 million off the books. We're going to add 2 expansion teams, the New Jersey Generals and the Honolulu Breeze. So yeah, imagine trying to travel from basically Boston to Hawaii. Yeah, that would be brutal for Boston, or even vice versa if you're going Hawaii to Massachusetts. So the starting 5 is going to be quickly Barrett, J-Dub, Scotty Barnes, and Daniel Gafford, with Grady Dick, Jalen Smith, Zavonamir, Bryson Tiller, Trey Jones off the bench. Ademara will be in, possibly if a trade does happen. We are 4-star balance, and for this season, I'm going to send Harrington to the G League, and I'm going to send Jared McCain, who was a former first-round pick for us. So to start off against the Knicks, we end up winning by 6, 134-128. Great start to the season. All right, so we are 29-22 at the trade deadline. We are currently the 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. Number 1 in the Atlantic Division, though, which is nice. So we could still be in the market if we want to upgrade the center position. RJ Barrett is the number 1 scorer on the team, followed by Scotty Barnes. Emmanuel Quickley is having a very good walk year before free agency. I mean, J-Dub has been phenomenal, scoring the ball, shooting 44% from 3. Grady Dick is getting better and better. He's going to be a restricted free agent at the end of the year. I kind of want to bring back RJ and Quickley, but I may just wait till free agency to do so. Do we have anybody in these awards at all? Doesn't really look like it, sadly. Wait, did I just see Benedict Mathurin? Yeah, 3rd in clutch player of the year voting. Shout out to him. I mean, I just don't know what center I realistically want. Like, I don't want to get a Bam out of bio. I mean, he would obviously be great, but I think I would I would love Anthony Davis. He's 33 years old. Jokic is still under contract for 2 more years. All right, I don't think I'm going to make any moves at the deadline. I'll see you guys at the end of the 2027 season. Luka wins another MVP. Cameron Boozer, Rookie of the Year. He was the number 2 overall pick. Of course, he's on the Thunder. You got Trae Young, 6th Man of the Year behind, I guess, LaMelo Ball there in Charlotte. Wemby Depoy, Most Improved, goes to Floyd Badunga. And then you got Luka, Clutch Player of the Year. Mark Daigneault, Coach of the Year. Do we get Scotty Barnes on an All-NBA team? Yes, we do. A fantastic year for him. 25 years old, 92 overall at the power forward position. And we did get Bryson Tiller on All-Rookie second team, which is nice. I don't know if he's going to play for us in the playoffs, though, because we're definitely going to trim down that rotation just a little bit. We have the expansion draft 2 this upcoming offseason. I don't even know who I'm going to keep and who I'm going to walk. Damn, Zavonamir, that magic may be over. I don't really think he's going to be on the team next year, sadly. Shout out to J-Dub, averaging 5.8 assists a night. Do I just convert him to a point guard if Quickley leaves? All right, so it's going to be the same starting 5. We'll have Dick, Smith, Jones, and Ademara off the bench, just because I can't really play Zavonamir. We are 4-star balance. We're going to be going up against the Indiana Pacers here in round number 1. Halliburton, Jaden Ivey, Benedict Mathurin, Jarris Walker, Miles Turner, Pascal Siakam, Aaron Nesmith off the bench with Gobert, Bagley. That's a good team, man. I feel like they could definitely beat us, but can we please advance to round 2 as you hear my computer go off and we lose in 7? Come on, man. Oh, come on, Darko. You are absolutely killing me. In Game 7, we lost by 24 points. Scotty Barnes was phenomenal in this series. RJ and J-Dub weren't bad either. I mean, Quickley was fine. Grady Dick was horrible. Oh, man, he was bad. Jalen Smith wasn't great either. Daniel Gafford is fine, but he's more of a backup 5. I'm asking him to start games for us. Ademara is bad as well. All right, let's get to the offseason here, and hopefully this is the year that I turn it around. I mean, I think like the J-Dub pickup was fantastic, as you have the Hornets and the Nuggets in the finals. Hornets win at 6 with LaMelo winning finals MVP and Trae Young backing him up. But yeah, like the J-Dub pickup was fantastic, but I think we maybe need to move on from like the RJ Quickley core possibly. There goes Harden, Curry, Butler, loaded Hall of Fame class right there. Clay should join them. Nope, it's, wow, Clay and Jimmy don't make it to the Hall of Fame, but Curry and Harden do. That is blasphemy. What are you doing, 2K? So, we are going to, all right, we're going to add 2 new teams to the league. I accidentally added this top 2 picks. I decided through an elimination tournament. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So, we're going to change that back next year. For the Pacific, yeah, we are going to throw... We're going to throw Miami in the Southwest. Why would we do that? Let's keep them in the Southeast. I'm perfectly cool moving the Thunder to the Southwest. Why don't we just... I guess that makes sense. So we could do... But now we have 2 extra teams in the East. Who's going... Yeah, Memphis. You're going back to the Southwest. So yeah, we basically are just moving OKC from the Northwest into the Southwest. We're adding the Generals to the Atlantic, which makes total sense. And the Breeze are going to the Pacific. We'll move the Warriors to the Northwest. Why not? All right, so maybe the draft lottery thing will be implemented next year. So hopefully I do have some time to kind of revert that back. Do we have any random first round picks here? It doesn't really look like we do. The Breeze are picking at 5, Generals at 6 for the Raptors. We just basically own our first round pick at 25. So Darko Rajakovic is a free agent. I think we're going to move on from him. And we are going to sign Mike Brown over from the Sacramento Kings to be our next head coach. And I'm signing Ime Udoka to be our assistant. Yeah. All right, so we're not going to be able to keep Jared McCain, Zavonamir, and John Ball. So maybe we're going to be able to keep everybody, which would be be nice. Let's see. So the Honolulu Breeze select Bol Bol with the number 1 pick. Wiseman goes 2. There goes Moody, Jared Vanderbilt, Jemai Robinson Earl, Exum Gobert, Nurkic, Grayson Allen. A lot of former Suns here going. Monty Walker, Derrick Jones Jr., Thibault, Josh Christopher. There goes Jeremy Grant, Trey Alexander from Creighton. There goes Jared McCain, so we're going to lose him, a former first-round pick. There goes Reed Shepard, Poku, Pritchard, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Zach Edey goes as well. So I forgot to mention, too, we had the Thunder's first-round pick at 31. So we got Corey Harden with that pick. We got Dwayne Sampson. So Sampson's out of Florida. Harden is out of Georgia Tech. And we're going to sign Lou early there in the second round. I don't really think we're going to have cap space unless I make some moves. So I think I'm going to pick it up on Gafford because I think at worst I can move him. We're going to let John Bull walk. And Giannis is a free agent. He is 32 years old, though, so I'm not sure if I would be able to just, I don't know. He's going to regress. I mean, I'm fine playing him at the center spot. Wemby's here, but he's restricted. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want Aiden. Oh, man, the center market's been brutal for us. All right, so we're going to make this trade with the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm going to be giving them Zavonimir, Ellis Harrington, Ade Mara, and Lou Early. We're going to be getting Bryce James, who hasn't really played in his career as a former 10th overall pick. But we're getting Aaron Bradshaw, who's a former 7th overall pick. He's in a contract year. I'm going to tell him to stop taking some threes, but at 7'1", averages 2.2 blocks per 36. I think he could be an elite rim protector for us. So we're going to do that. We're going to re-sign RJ. I mean, we have $29 million. Do I re-sign RJ? Is there anybody else to really go after? I mean, I don't really think Jaden Ivey's that much of an upgrade. I mean, I would love Amen Thompson, but he is restricted. I mean, I guess we don't have to sign these guys yet until they get another offer. So I just want to see if Amen Thompson makes it past restricted free agency. And unfortunately, he did not. So yeah, let's bring back RJ. Let's bring back quickly. And we get RJ for 5 years, $174 million. That's a lot of money, but definitely tradable as well. We're going to get quickly back 4 years, $77 million. And we're going to re-sign Grady Dick 4 years, $65 million. All right, so player progression. Barnes is a 91, it says in the top left, but he didn't go up here in this screen. J-Dub's an 88. Barrett's an 85/86. Bradshaw goes up. Same with Quickly, Grady Dick, Smith, and Tiller as well. Same with Bryce James, which is nice. All right, so it's going to be the same 1 through 4 as last year, but Aaron Bradshaw at the 5. We're going to have Grady Dick, Jalen Smith, Daniel Gafford, Tiller, and Jones off the bench. Bryce James, I guess I might as well send to the G League this season, but we still have him under team control for at least 2 more years after this year. System proficiency is 4-star balance under Mike Brown. First game of the season on the road against the Milwaukee Bucks. Can we start the season off with a dub? Yes, we do. We end up beating them by 15. They have Josh Giddey now. Okay, and they were able to re-sign Giannis. Grady Dick knocks down 4 threes. Barnes with a double-double. Same with Aaron Bradshaw. We're also just going to get a Scotty Barnes extension done right now. He's not going anywhere. All right, so we're here at the trade deadline with a 28-21 record. We're the 6th seed. We are 500 on the road. We're much better at home. Once again, not going to lie, kind of upset with the way this team has been playing. There could be a big move to be made here. I wonder... Wow, yeah, it's a load of free agency class. Maybe I should have waited because you got Booker, you got Jokic, you got Zion. All right, would the Suns trade Devin Booker, who's an expiring contract, and he's a free agent at the end of the year. He's 31 years old. I would offer you RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, yeah, both of them, Jalen Smith, and a first-round pick for an expiring Devin Booker. I don't think they say yes to this, but let's try it. They say no. I would be willing to throw in 3 first-round picks. Would they say yes to that? No. Okay. Now I'm starting to think they won't do this. And they don't. All right. The only other thing, would you like Bryce James? Would this get it done? I don't know. He's a half a star more valuable than Jalen Smith. They say no. So you can kind of see where my head is at. Like, I'm trying to go out and get a point guard. Halliburton's got 2 years left, but he's just as hard to trade for as, like, Devin Booker is. Like, I would be willing to give them a ton. I mean, he's 4.5 stars. I think Booker was 5 stars, or I forget if he was 4.5. Like, I would give you an ultimate package for Halliburton. They say no. What about Cade Cunningham? What's his value like? Could I give you 3 first-round picks or 2 first-round picks quickly and Barrett for Cade Cunningham and Jackson Hayes? They say no. I would give you a 3rd first-rounder because Cade is how old? He's like 26, right? 26. And I'd slide you Bryce James as well, but you're going to have to give me, I guess, Dante Ball. Would that be enough? Nope. Damn. All right, what about if we did Emmanuel Quickly and RJ Barrett for Darius Garland and Taurean Prince? I want that upgrade at the 1, and I think Garland could be that guy. They say no. I will give you my first-round pick this year. They still say no. They really wanted J-Dub for me, but I don't want to give up J-Dub. All right, does the 3 first-round picks get it done? Boom, it does. All right, I don't want to give up that Nuggets pick because it was nice having it, especially if Jokic leaves. But I think we upgrade massively with that deal. Aaron Bradshaw If he just stops taking threes, I think he can be the center for the future. So now Grady Dick's going to start at the 2. We definitely are going to lack like a 6-man throughout the rest of the season, but maybe we could develop like Bryce James to eventually be that type of guy for us. So we're pretty much going to go 36 minutes to the big 3 of Garland, J-Dub, and Scotty Barnes, 32 Bradshaw, 32 to Dick. Then we'll have Tiller, Gafford, Smith, and Jones off the bench. Says in proficiency is 4.5 stars. Could we win a championship? Let's find out. All right, so Wemby is going to win MVP for the Spurs this season. Caleb Foster, Rookie of the Year. 6th Man of the Year goes to Stephon Castle. Victor Wembanyama is your depoy. Trey Alexander, shout out to him in Honolulu out of Creighton. Most Improved, and Ant-Man is your Clutch Player of the Year. What an All-NBA first team of Dylan Harper. Dude's going to be a beast at Rutgers. Josh Giddey, Kyrie Irving, Jokic, and Wemby. Second team, you got Luka, Ja, Tatum in Portland, Giannis, and Cooper Flagg in Utah. Third team, you got Trey Alexander, De'Aaron Fox, Shea, Matas Buzelis, and LaMelo Ball. So, yeah, I don't know. I thought like Phoenix would want to go into youth movement and they would give me Devin Booker. Shout out to Bilal Coulibaly on all defensive first team in Honolulu, and Ryan Dunn on second team defensive, or defensive second team, which is pretty cool to see for sure. So we finished the year as the 4th seed. We're going up against the Hornets in round number 1. The team did win it all last year, and they're pretty deep. They no longer have Trae Young, though, so that is something to definitely keep an eye on. Player stats from this season, Garland was the number 1. Barnes ended up finishing as the number 2, then Dick, J-Dub, and then Aaron Bradshaw. I'm very excited about this team, though, but we lost in game 1 by 7. Like, we have a new coach. We have a new, I guess, number 2 in Garland. Oh, Grady Dick had a phenomenal game 1. Damn, that's a tough game to lose right there. Can we win game 2? Nope, we go down to, we lost by 4. Come on. We lost by 7 and then by 4. And then game 3, we do win in Charlotte by 7. Barnes with 32. Game number 4 is going to go to Charlotte. They end up winning by 16. Scotty at 40, 11, and 9. Are we really going to get another first round exit? We stay alive. We force a game 6. Come on, Garland. Game 6. We end up getting eliminated in round 1. In round 1, man, that is just brutal. Like, I keep feeling I'm building good teams. I thought this team could have won a championship this year. That's what my goals were, and we lost in round 1. Yeah, we got to overhaul this bench. So, Shea is your Western Conference Finals MVP, and the Hornets ended up in the NBA Finals. Damn, the Cavs lost there in the conference finals with RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly. I feel like that trade really worked out for them. Podziemski's off the bench. All right, let's see who wins between the Hornets and the Thunder, and the Hornets go back-to-back. LaMelo is your Finals MVP. Oh my God, yeah. So this is the road to the number 1 overall pick. This is crazy. We are not featured here at all. This is kind of wild. I gotta remove this as the Mavericks end up getting the number 1 overall pick. That is insane. I mean, that is kind of cool though, but Dallas Mavericks were the 10th seed and they got number 1 as Drew Holiday, Paul George, DeRozan, Kawhi, Draymond all retire. Kawhi and Paul George head to the Hall of Fame. Paul George makes it, but Jimmy Butler and Klay Thompson don't. It's very interesting, 2K. All right, so we got rid of that road to the number 1 pick rule. So from the Garland trade, we didn't have our first round pick at all, and Wheel Barber looks pretty, like this looks like a pretty solid draft class. Ralph Warren, a lot of wings. We got Russell Lloyd in the second round and Malik Hughes as well. We're going to sign both of them. Bryson Tiller, welcome back. I'm going to pick up the team options on Jalen Smith, Trey Jones, and Bryce James just because I can trade those guys and we're not going to have cap space anyway. I do want to pay Aaron Bradshaw, but man, maybe I should have waited on my cap space. This is a loaded free agency class. So I'm going to bring back Daniel Gafford. I'm fine with him being the backup center. So we get him on a 2-year deal. And then we're going to sign Aaron Bradshaw to a 4-year, $83 million extension. All right, we're going to trade for a Canadian. We're going to move Jalen Smith and Corey Harden, who was our first round pick in the 2027 draft, for an unprotected first from Portland. And we're getting Lou Dort, who's going to be a nice wing defender for us off the bench. So Jokic and Booker go back to their previous team. Zion Williamson goes to LA and joins the Lakers. So taking a look here at player progression, Scotty Barnes progressing once again. Garland right there at a 90. There's J-Dub. Can this big 3 win us a championship with the complementary pieces of Bradshaw, Tiller, Dick, Dort, Gafford, Jones? I don't know. I feel like it should. All right, so it's going to be Garland, Dick, J-Dub, Barnes, Aaron Bradshaw with Tiller, Dort, Bryce James, Gafford, and Trey Jones off the bench. System proficiency is 4.5 star balance. Can this team be the one that could win a championship? I hope so, man. I really do. All right, so at the deadline, we have one of our best records yet. We are 35-16. We are the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, 1 seed behind the 1-seeded Wizards, 2.5 games behind them. Just taking a look here at the player stats, our number 1 guy has been Garland, followed by Barnes, Dick, J-Dub, Bradshaw, and then there's Bryson Tiller, who has been pretty good for us. I'm like debating if I want to make a trade here at the deadline at all. I'm going to bring back Tre Jones on a 1-year deal worth around $5 million. J-Dub on his new extension wants around $30 million a year. I may hold off on that. Bryce James, I think, has been getting better, which is good to see. Lou Dort, what's his efficiency? 40 from 3. I'll take it. I don't know if it's going to be foolish of me to not make a deal, but I'm not going to. It's our best record yet. We're 20 games above 500. Please give me like a top 2 seed, and we can at least make the conference finals. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins MVP. Nicholas Riley, a 6-foot guard out of Florida, wins Rookie of the Year. Castle, 6th Man of the Year, probably behind Shea. Wemby, another D-Boy. Damian Sarr, most improved. Matas Muzelis, Clutch Player of the Year. He left Phoenix to go to Honolulu. Oh my god, the Thunder went 71-11. Get out of here. That is insane. Do we get any Raptors on an All-NBA team? We do not, but there's Bronny balling out of Memphis. You know what? Good for him. I think they traded us Bryce, so I wonder if they had both of them at the same time. I think they did. That's pretty cool. And there we go. We ended the year as the 2 seed. We're taking on the Detroit Pistons in round number 1. They got Şengün. I tried getting Cade from them. Here are the player stats, as Barnes and Garland were our leading scorers. Grady Dick has turned himself into a nice starting shooting guard for us. There's J-Dub. I'm shocked to see Dick average more than J-Dub. Maybe I'm going to move J-Dub in the offseason, man, because I don't think I can pay you like $40 million if that's how you're going to perform for us. But shout out to Garland for a great round 1 performance, or I should say game 1, not round 1. So I think for the playoffs, Bryce James isn't going to be in there. We're going to play a little bit more to Gafford and Tre Jones. I got about 5 minutes remaining. Let's go 32, and let's get more to Barnes, 36 to Garland, 35 to J-Dub. We can keep Aaron Bradshaw at 30 minutes. We're 4.5 star balance. Please just make light work of the Pistons. 2-2. Oh my god! What is wrong with this team? What is wrong with this team? We can't get out of round 1. We just lost to a 7th seed. What is going on? Oh my god. I wanted to win with J-Dub. I did, but I feel like I have to trade him in the offseason for, I don't even know if it's an upgrade at the 5 spot or whatever, and then maybe we start Bryson Tiller. Come on. That is so annoying. The Thunder sweep the Wizards. Shea's your finals MVP. They just went 16-1. Just another frustrating season. Come on, like I said in the beginning of the video, I wanted to win multiple championships. We just passed year 6, and we have 0 rings. We don't have our first round pick in this draft as well, because it went to Darius Garland trade. We're not going to make any changes at the head coach spots, but if we don't get out of round 1 next year, I'm going to have to fire you, Mike Brown. I don't want to do that. All right, we're going to trade with the 71-11 Thunder, the team that just went 16-1 in the playoffs. I'm giving them J-Dub back. They're taking J-Dub. We're giving them Daniel Gafford, and Dwayne Sampson, who was a first-round pick for us a few years ago, has never played. We're getting Josh Christopher in this deal. Probably will try to flip him. But I'm getting Stephon Castle, who has won multiple 6th Man of the Years behind Shai. We're going to free him. We're going to really break him out of that 6-man role. He's going to be the starting shooting guard most likely. Keep Garland at the 1. Probably Barnes at the 3, Tiller at the 4, and then we'll have Bradshaw at the 5. And we're going to use our mid-level exception on Wendell Carter Jr. to be the backup center to replace Daniel Gafford. So Jason Tatum goes to New Jersey and joins the Generals. Wow, okay. Jalen Green goes to the Pelicans. I don't know if this is going to change anything. I'm going to make Stephon Castle a shooting guard. All right, so it's going to be Garland, Stephon Castle, Scotty Barnes, Bryson Tiller, Aaron Bradshaw with Dick, Dort, James, Carter Jr., and Tre Jones off the bench. I'm just trying new things every offseason. I can't keep running these teams back because we keep getting eliminated in round 1. Eliminated in round 1. Oh my god, it's so frustrating with this team and this rebuild. Trade deadline again, man, and we are 30-19, which is the 5th seed. The Washington Wizards are so good. So good. Darren Peterson looks like he's like the next LeBron James. The Brooklyn Nets are really good as well. They still have Claxton and Mikal Bridges. The Cavs are good. Oh man, I don't know what to do. I guess Scotty Barnes could not be a number 1 option on a championship team, but I think I want to give this team at least 1 run in the playoffs. Well, shout out to Bradshaw shooting 45% from 3 with Stephon Castle. All right, so I'm going to do this trade. I'm moving Lou Dort, Bryce James, and that Portland first-round pick we got last year for Devin Vassell, who's basically going to hopefully be, like, he's having somewhat of a down year, an upgrade over Dort and Bryce James, because James is going to be free agent at the end of the year. Same with Dort, and he's under contract for the next 4 years. And I get City here, out of Senegal. Not even going to try to pronounce his last name. I'm going to butcher it, so I'm not going to do that. You know what? I think it's just Gay. I think that's how it's pronounced, because I'm pretty sure that's how Mohamed Gay sounds it out on the Hawks. So we're going to do this trade. Let's just get through this. I know we have Wendell Carter Jr. as well, but I feel like he's going to slide Biden as the backup. And then we could still have another trade in place later on. But yeah, Vassell is, I guess, not even going to be the sixth man because it's Grady Dick, but he's going to get like 24 minutes a night. And maybe for just the rest of the regular season, we'll give like 10 to City Gay. And yeah, that's my championship trade. And there goes Wemby. He wins another MVP. So he's been in the league for 7 years, right? And he's already won 2 MVPs, 7 depoys. Oh my God, he's won Defensive Player of the Year every year of his career. That is just insane. And the Wizards go 70-12. That's a team that I'm going to have to beat. Bronny's on all NBA first team. The league is better, is like getting better, and we are not. Well, luckily we did add an all-NBA third team guy in Stephon Castle, who's averaging 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 7.5 assists a night. 50, 40, 90 season as well from him. And he's on all defensive first team as well. So for the second straight year, we finished the year as the 2 seed, but 13 games behind the Washington Wizards, which gives me no confidence that we're going to beat them if we ever met there in the conference finals. But hopefully Garland can just facilitate. Grady Dick can be an elite 3-point shooter. We get good front court play out of these guys. And I think I'm going to play City Gay over Wendell Carter Jr. for the playoffs. So yeah, it's going to go to an end-man rotation. We're going to go 10 to Jones. We're going to go like 14 to City Gay. We're going to go 23 to Vassell, 27 to Dick. We'll go 30 to Bradshaw. Keep Tiller at 25. Let's play Castle and Barnes and Garland a ton. 4.5-star balanced under Mike Brown. We're taking on the Hornets, who have won multiple, oh my God, finals in this video. That 1 through 3 is insane. Are we going to, and they have a Damara off the bench. Don't do this to me. Don't make me lose in round 1 again. Come on. Come on. 2K. Come on. Oh, this is so frustrating. I don't get why this keeps happening. We lose in round 1 every single year. Oh, and the Wizards make it to the finals, taking on the Thunder, who's shocked there, and the Thunder win in 6, with Shea being your finals MVP. So no Castle, no problem. J-Dub gets a ring back on the Thunder. I hate to do it, but I'm going to have to fire Mike Brown this offseason. Yeah, I'm blaming it on him. And, like, we keep getting eliminated in round 1, and we have such low draft picks. It's not 29. All right, yep, we are firing Mike Brown, and we are going to be hiring Chris Finch to be the next head coach. We drafted Gregory Watson at number 29 out of Louisiana Monroe. We got Francis O'Brien in the second round. Roy Harper looks really good. Maybe the next great Sixers center after Embiid leaves. Wemby is going to be an unrestricted free agent, though. That's kind of a big deal. City Gay is going to be a free agent. Watch him demand a decent amount of money. Wemby wants $58 million. That is insane. I'm desperate. Would the Cavs give me Evan Mobley, who's an expiring contract? Vassell, Carter Jr., Trey Jones, Gregory Watson, and Turk for Mobley. Oh, Trey Jones has a no trade clause. It's going to make this so much more difficult. I don't really want to trade Grady Dick in this deal. So it could probably be headlined by Bryson Tiller when I bring him back. I'm going to sign Wendell Moore as well. Bro, they might just laugh at me when I offer them this deal. So with Bryson Tiller possibly headlining it, maybe I can keep Devin Vassell. We'll see. So I'm going to do Wendell Carter Jr., I'm going to do Bryson Tiller. I guess I can't do Trey Jones, so I'll do Wendell Moore. Gregory Watson, Euros Turk, and a first rounder for Evan Mobley. Oh my God, they did it. They did it. Okay. Is that going to be my championship caliber move? I mean, our bench isn't great, but we should be able to get 10 guys. That's 4. That's 8. City Gay will be 9. And I just need like Ben Shepherd or KJ Martin to be good enough as a 10th man. So we get City Gay back on a deal worth $3.67 million. Evan Mobley and Scotty Barnes from the 2021 draft class. Would you look at that? So Barnes goes up to a 93 when I move him to a small forward. Vassell will go up to, he'll go up to an 87 when I move him. But I was going to move Castle to a 91. He goes up. Let's go. All right. Garland, Castle, Barnes, Mobley, Bradshaw with Grady Dick, Devin Vassell, City Gay, and Trey Jones off the bench. Please tell me this team can win a championship. Chris Finch is defensive minded, but balance is 5 stars. So we're going to that. First 2 games of the year, 2 road games. Can we start off the year 2-0? We have a nice blowout win against a good Nets team that was high up in the Eastern Conference standings last year. But then we get blown out by the Jazz in game number 2. We have a bunch of guys to re-sign right now. So Scotty Barnes, take all my money. 4-year deal coming back. We're going to have to pay Evan Mobley a lot of money. I don't want to risk Stephon Castle leaving, so take my 4-year offer, 3-year deal. Garland, you're going to get a 2-year extension as well. Grady Dick, welcome back on a 3-year extension. Trey Jones, I keep signing you to the minimum. I'm going to keep doing that. Aaron Bradshaw is going to get a 3-year extension from me. So yeah, hopefully we can re-sign Evan Mobley. I literally just recorded the most poetic ending to this rebuild. The final 3 years since you guys last saw me, we three-peated and won it all with our new head coach, Chris Finch. clinch, I went out, I acquired Evan Mobley when he was about to be a free agent in the last year of his contract. He was on multiple all-defensive teams for us, and we won it all in 3 years. But my computer just literally corrupted the file. Sometimes when my PC is on for a long periods of time, like when I was recording that, it was on for like 12 hours. So yeah, it didn't end up treating the files well at all, and it ended up corrupting it, which is just a damn shame because in the final 3 years, we won 3 championships. I literally three-peated to end the video after we couldn't get out of round 1. I have Stephon Castle, Scotty Barnes, Darius Garland, Grady Dick, Devin Vassell, Evan Mobley, Aaron Bradshaw, Zvonimir Ivicic, Trey Jones, and yeah, three-peated. And we ended up not being able to show you guys, which is a damn shame. So we're going to do 3 more years here. So it's going to technically be a 13-year rebuild. Giannis retires. There goes Julius Randle, Nikola Jokic, Kristaps Porzingis, Domantas Sabonis, Siakam, Mitchell Robinson, Time Lord. A lot of big man retiring right there. A ton of coaches as well. I think I just saw, yeah, there's Brett Brown. He ends up retiring. Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid all head to the Hall of Fame. Some of the best players of all time right there. The Knicks retired Julius Randle's number. The problem is, though, I'm not adding an expansion team, is I thought this video was ending in the 2033 season, but since my computer wasn't cooperating with me, I just like basically extended everybody like a boatload of money until this year because I knew, all right, this is the end of it. I don't really care about the contracts going forward. But now we're going to run into some contract issues. Now, I'm pretty sure Vassell will demand less than 34 mil. Garland should demand less than 46 mil. When he's up, Mobley and Barnes should probably demand less than what they're getting. Maybe Stephon Castle is going to want $50 million. But that's going to be interesting because a lot of these guys are expiring contracts right now. So yeah, Monty Leonard, who was the #1 overall pick by the Pelicans, looks like a franchise generational center from Iowa State. Shout out Tyrese Halliburton. The minivan, we get Andrew Schultz. Yeah, not that Andrew Schultz. And Warren Outlaw there with Mr. Irrelevant. Team player options, Brian Spencer. We might as well pick him up. Why not? It really doesn't hurt. So Wemby ended up signing with the Detroit Pistons, funny enough, and he's going to be a free agent once again. Same with the Ant-Man, Dylan Harper, and Alperun Şengün. Qualifying offers we can give Gregor Castle and Francis O'Brien. The qualifying offers, I mean, doesn't hurt. I'm not really going to do much in free agency. Oh, Vassell was a free agent. Wait, what? I thought for sure Vassell was back. Wait. Huh, Vassell is a free agent. Okay, so he probably should want a little bit less than what he was asking for. I mean, $32 million, that's a lot. But that could definitely be a tradable contract. We actually don't even have any money on the hard cap, so we're going to lose Vassell, which kind of sucks. I don't know how we're going to replace him unless it's like the last day of free agency and I can sign him for a 1-year deal, but I feel like we're so far over the cap. Yeah, like no way we're going to be able to bring back Vassell. You see, like I didn't plan this all that well. We could get Keon Johnson, Andre Jackson, just because I thought these guys, like the video was going to be over, so I didn't have to worry about this. We could bring back former Raptor, Lou Dort, David Roddy, Dante Ball. He's a little bit younger, Monty Bates. All right, let's bring in Amani Bates on a 2-year deal. Okay, for some reason, Cooper Flagg didn't get signed either. That is kind of wild. Vassell, he would take $22 million, but even that we can't afford to give him. I mean, can we give him 15? Oh, we may get Vassell back. Okay, let's be smart about this. What's the most I can give him? Can't give him 20 mil. Can't give him 18 mil. I can't give him 17 mil. Can't give him 16 mil. There we go. 15.75 mil. Boom, we get Vassell back. Let's go. He's probably somebody we should look to move at the deadline because we are getting older. And he's going to start regressing as well. So we're pretty much rocking the Garland, Stephon Castle, Scotty Barnes, Mobley, Bradshaw starting 5 with Vassell, Dick. We did get Ismail Diagne, who wasn't playing over Zvonimir last year, and Bates can get that last spot. That's fine. We're going to be active at the deadline, though, because we have a ton of guys that are free agents at the end of the year. Contract extensions, though, let's hammer these out. Let's pay Stephon Castle a ton of money, and he's going to agree to that. Darius Garland, he wants $40 million a year. Well, I'm going to front load that. Let's bring him back on that. Grady Dick, I would like to bring back as well. Let's front load him on that contract. Aaron Bradshaw, same thing. And we might as well lock up. I was going to say we should re-sign Mobley and Barnes right now, but we don't have the money to do so. So yeah, there's going to be an issue. I'm probably going to have to move Vassell at the deadline to at least get some value in return for him. And I'll see you guys there. All right, so we are just incredible right now. We are 45-6 with this team. Are we going to get an MVP? Stephon Castle is number 4 in the MVP voting right now, or at least in that race. But I think, like, no matter what, I have to move Vassell because I'm going to lose him for nothing unless it's, like, day 12 of free agency again. But we're going to have even less money with some of these new extensions kicking in for sure. All right, so I'm going to do this trade with the Pistons. I'm going to give them Devin Vassell. They're going to give me Christophe Perbin from France 40% three-point shooter, averages 16.7 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 4.3 assists, an elite shooter, and he's under contract next year as well. So the MVP goes to Cameron Boozer, the son of Carlos Boozer. Monty Leonard is your Rookie of the Year. Rob Dillingham is your Sixth Man of the Year. He's been on a plethora of teams throughout his career, but is still a good player nonetheless. Obviously, he just won that award. We go 65-17 this season. Stephon Castle on All-NBA 13. I can't speak. So we are the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We ended the season 8 games better than the 2-seeded Knicks. There are the Houston Rockets and the OKC Thunder in the Western Conference. Darko Rajakovic is the coach of the Rockets, so it would be cool if we ended up facing them in the finals. That just would be a cool storyline. All right, so we're taking on the Pistons, who have Devin Vassell. They have Cade Cunningham. They were able to re-sign Wemby. Oh my God, they got Caden Boozer off the bench. They have Elton Haynes. That's a good team. We may lose to an 8 seed. That is definitely a possibility. We're tied 1-1, but we end up beating them in 6. So we're going to be taking on the Charlotte Hornets here in round 2. Shout out to Barnes, Castle, and Garland. Mobley isn't much of a scorer, and if it came down to it, I'm obviously choosing to re-sign Barnes over Mobley. But yeah, it's going to be tough because right now I can't re-sign both of them, or either one of them. They got a lot of good bigs there in Charlotte with Smith, Williams, Towns, and Hendricks, and they still have LaMelo Ball. Can we beat them and go back to the conference finals? Boom, there we go. This would be the 4th straight since I did just 3-peat. So we're actually going to win 4 in a row. The Knicks have a very fun backcourt of Carlton Carrington from Pittsburgh. Then they got Brandon Podziemski. They got Tijan Salon. They got Quintans, who I don't remember if he plays at Lehigh or if he plays at Montverde, or he's at least a McDonald's All-American if it's not one of those two, and that's where I saw his name listed. So let's see what happens here, and we sweep them, and we are currently 12-3 going up against the OKC Thunder in the finals. They beat the Rockets in 6, man. The Rockets have lost to the Thunder so many times in this 10-year rebuild. It's kind of a shame. I do feel bad for them. Can we beat the Thunder and what would be our 4th ring in a row? Yeah, they still have J-Dub. He spent, what, 3 years in OKC, and then or in Toronto. Then we send him back. But Boozer and Shea and Joel Bethea is also one of the best high school players in the country right now. Can we beat them? Yes, we can. We win in 6. And Scotty Barnes is your finals MVP, which now on his career is number 2. So you got notable names like Cat, Miles Turner, DeJounte Murray. There goes Jason Tatum, Jalen Brunson, all retiring. I assume Tatum will be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if Karl-Anthony Towns. Nope, it's just Tatum. Towns does get his jersey retired by the Timberwolves, though. We also have Ime Udoka as our head coach. I kind of forget what you guys have seen and what you guys haven't. And Finch, what? Chris Finch is not coming back. All right, well, we're going to promote Ime Udoka to be our head coach. Why would he leave us to take a head coaching job with Indiana? How does that make any sense? So we got Trent Cunningham and we got Jonathan Mercer there in the draft. We're going to re-sign Dirk Hasselhoff, the great-grandson of David Hasselhoff. So Bronny, pretty good player, man. Pretty good player. Goes notably on Memphis, is going to be a free agent. It looks like maybe Chase Levens was the best player in this class. So we don't really have any notable free agents. Like Trey Jones has just been here for so long now. I'm also going to sign RJ Barrett to a 2-year deal. Why not? Welcome back to Toronto, RJ. Yep, we are definitely regressing as a team right now. The core is getting much older. Okay, so we can re-sign Scotty Barnes, which is great. We are about 30 games above 500 at the deadline. Can we re-sign Evan Mobley? Fantastic. We can also do that. Can we re-sign Crystal Faye? Yes, we can. All right, that's what I'm talking about. So we basically have the core under contract till at least the final year, which is good. Wow, that is a lot of money for what's going to be like a 38-year-old then. But yeah, we are 42-10 here at the deadline. I'm hoping to win our, I guess, 5th straight finals, which would be fantastic. If we do lose, though, then I feel like I'll have to make some type of... Cameron Boozer, just an absolute stud, wins MVP once again. You have Andrei Stojakovic. Oh my God, yep, that's... An undrafted player, too. Shout out to him. Or no, he was the 22nd pick in the 2nd round, winning 6th Man of the Year. What a career. And Ime Udoka led us to a 64-18 record, which once again puts us as a 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Oh, man, I am praying that we are able to go to the finals. Oh, man, I just gave Evan Mobley $40 million a year. And the dude averaged 9 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists on 42, 24, 85 splits. That's probably the worst contract I could have given him. But you know what? We are trying to win our 5th straight ring. Can we do so? Let's simulate the playoffs here. Come on, can we do so? We got 2 more years left in this video, including this one. We beat the Bulls in 6, beat the Cavs in 6, and we sweep the Celtics. We're going to be going up, I believe, against the Warriors, who beat the Thunder, even though Cameron Boozer got finals MVP. This Warriors team has Aaron Rose, Shaedon Sharp, Bryson Tucker, Jabari Smith Jr. I almost traded for these two. David Coleman, Bernie Nixon, Kason Wallace. Can we beat them and win the finals? Boom, we sweep them. We go 12-4. The first 2 teams pushed us to 6, and then the last 2 teams just rolled over and we swept them. Scottie Barnes wins his 3rd Finals MVP in a row. That's our that's our 5th ring in a row, and in 12 years we have 5 rings. So we got one more year, year 13. I would love to end the video off with 6 straight rings. Hey, 6 rings of steel, that'd be pretty cool. Donovan Mitchell is in the Hall of Fame. All right, Barnes regresses, and overall we still have 390s going into the last year, trying to win 6 straight rings. And Imo Udoka gets Coach of the Year once again, 64 and 18. Cameron Boozer won MVP again. That dude may go down as the GOAT. So we are the 1 seed here in the Eastern Conference. We're trying to win our 6th straight ring, like I've just said multiple times here. Just taking a look at the stats from this year. Evan Mobley making $40 million to average under 10 points. You'll love to see that. This Perban guy is actually pretty good, and we got him for Devin Vassell. So I'm trying to go back to the finals. I'm not trying to lose to Indiana. Don't lose to Atlanta. Oh my god, we win in 7. Oh my god, we win in 7 again. We just won rounds 2 and 3 in 7 games. Can we not lose the Thunder? Please don't lose. That team's good. No, our luck runs out. We end up winning back-to-back series in 7 games, and then we lose in game 7 of the NBA Finals by 10 points. That is a shame. So we ended this video with 5 rings in 13 years. I guess I'll take that. They were 5 in a row, though. We did lose. We went to 6 straight finals, but we did lose that one in a row. Charlotte had 2 rings in this video. OKC ended up having 4 because they got it in the final year. Cleveland got 2 to start off the video, which was pretty dope for them. Looking at just MVPs, yeah, Cameron Boozer has a ton. Shea's got a couple. Wemby's got a couple. Luka's got a couple. Even Jokic added a couple more to his resume. Point per game leaders, yeah, a lot of guys on the Honolulu Breeze. And just want to see if there's any team records here for the Toronto Raptors. Stephon Castle, 51 points in the game in 2032. He's 5th all time. For playoffs, 45 points. Hey, Scottie Barnes at 51 in 2027. And total season points, RJ Barrett actually holds that record, which is kind of funny. Rebounds goes to Aaron Bradshaw in a season. That's pretty cool. Total rebounds in a Raptors uniform. Wow, we have nobody there, which is kind of shocking. I feel like I don't know if Bradshaw would have been there, actually. Anybody in assists? No, wait, do we have, I guess, do we have Scottie Barnes in total points? I don't know. Will this get updated? I feel like we should have Scottie Barnes in here. I feel like Scottie Barnes has more career points than Jose Calderon. Maybe they have to retire for them to show up in here. I'm not really sure. Either way, I hope you guys did enjoy the 10-year Raptors rebuild. Sorry again for the corruption with my computer and you guys didn't see those 3 years. It would have been like a storybook ending the video off on a 3-peat. But what are you going to do? Technology will technology you sometimes. I don't really know if that made sense. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.